What's going on, everyone? This is going to be my first video of Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. I'm going to try to capture as much as I can, talk through the process as I'm thinking as I play. It's not something I usually do, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm kind of excited. I know this game came out about a couple months ago. I'm just now finally starting to put it in. Let's get going, shall we? Play. I'll be going to be playing this on the PS5. It's where I play most of my games. Sometimes PC, but we'll stick with this. Big fan of the movies. Usually watch them once or twice a year. How can you not, right? It's just so much fun.
Menu
Anyway.
reader.
All right.
Off.
Yes, that's
Press L2 button to toggle. Accessibility options.
We do not want the menu reader on all the time. Camera shake's fine. Colorblind normal. Toggle aim mode. Able is to change spell aiming from a hold to a toggle. We'll play with that. Certain spells can use a toggle control. Turn this setting on to enable disable. Switch sticks. Nope. Left-handed. Nope. Camera dead zone. Don't know what that is. Yeah, we'll leave that the same. Alright, we'll just go with default. Love default. Alright, now fidelity. A high fidelity rendering mode may favor graphics. Higher frame rate mode performing. Let's go with fidelity. Yeah. The usual, right? Ooh, claim your rewards. Do that another day. Oh, those are all my PlayStation codes that I typed in. That's why those look familiar. Alright, until the slider is barely visible. Oh. I usually like a little bit of a brightness to my gameplay. We are pleased to inform you that you've been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year student. Oh, jumping into 5th year. Term begins the 1st. Preliminary supplies have been collected. As you may be aware, the decree for the reasonable restriction of underage sorcery prohibits use of magic by those under the age of 17 outside of school or due to unique circumstances. The ministry has gracefully agreed to allow Professor Eleazar Fig to help you hone your spellcasting before escorting you. Cool. So we get some practice. Professor Weasley. Alright, what do I want to look like? No. That's pretty close. Actually, that's... What is that? They got any bearded kids in here? Just kidding. That would be weird. I'm gonna stick with default. I like default for some reason. Face shape is fine. Hecula. Ooh. What do we got? Is that close? That's close. Let's skip. Freckles, mole complexion, scars. Nah. Just going in bare basics. Oh, I gotta let go to. Yeah, we'll go with some bright blue. Eyebrow color should be the same. Voice 1.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
I'm really going to enjoy this class. Is that something?
I am indeed a student, but I could very well.
A few cobwebs
No,
and
I
some
think
dust.
I think that's
Nothing
gonna,
to be concerned about.
I think that's gonna be fine.
Oh, it was wonderful. I am indeed a student, but I could very well be a few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's do normal. Oh, name your character. You crazy. Let's go with it. Doughboy. Oh, okay. Last name. We may have just spelled this out. 24. Yeah, that works. Let's go wizard and start your journey. Oh, I'm excited. Everybody keeps telling me that this is a really fun game.
It appears
I just want to share my journey with everyone.
It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand. You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
Oh, Eleazar! George! Glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this. Though I confess I may have miscalculated slightly on my first try. Gave quite the fright to some theatergoers in the West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start-of-term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea. As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Ages since I've been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks.
Spied on.
Glad I caught you before you left for Scotland. Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
New?
They're gonna say my name.
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed.
No.
None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other 5th years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the Ministry.
Have you seen this?
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the Ministry, I believe he is a significant threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the Ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly to keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's that glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I.
Hence why I'm a 5th year, starting to see things the professors can't.
Merlin's beard. How did you...
Wait! We do.
Oh,
Hang on! Yeah! Yeah! The key! Give me your hand! Are you all right? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
Wiggenweld. Made from Wiggins. Welded together.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he...
Couldn't
What the hell got
operate
into that
quick
damn
enough.
thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Port key?
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir, if you'd like to look around a bit.
Yes, I
I
would like
would.
to look around.
But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
Alright, what's my controls here? Wand at the ready. No run yet? Okay. Got a skull right there. Ooh. Magical.
How far did that port key take us?
Farther from London than the carriage traveled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
port key was meant to lead us there. I do. This has not been the day
I'd live
either
there.
of us expected. But Miriam sent that port key to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be.
There we go. Alright.
Mind your step.
Can I break these things?
Where do you suppose your wife got the port key that brought us here?
Got an
A good
echoey
question.
voice. Wasn't expecting
Miriam
that
spent
with the tone
years
down.
searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
Ancient magic?
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time. Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the portkey, but I am certain it was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
I wonder if my character has some of that ancient
Sir,
magic.
why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
Is that ice?
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing.
Yes, let's.
Focus on the center.
Ooh,
Excellent.
fancy. Use your R to active target. Players select whatever the same state. Disable. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. Clumsy.
That was a bit rougher than I'd expected.
All right. Take those jars.
Your
Take
wand
that.
work's improving
And
with
that.
every cast.
And that.
Thank you, sir.
And that. Get that seagull.
Ah, up there.
Double jump. Climb jump. Climb jump. Yeah. There's gotta be something over here. We're not going this way. Ah, church. Church. A chest. Of course. There's always secrets.
We're close now. It's just ahead.
I thought there was another gap.
Steady yourself. Reparo!
Man, every time I try to use Reparo, it doesn't work. It's gonna fall apart, huh?
Almost there.
Ooh.
Why would someone have built this here?
I
Mr.
suspect
Dumbledore.
they valued their
Just kidding.
privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
I gotta start over there.
Professor, this statue...
This may have been his home.
I don't want to go there yet. I'll check the rest of it. I seem to do that a lot. Go the correct way when I don't want to. Miss out on some dialogues.
Professor, it's a mural of some kind.
Perhaps our host was a noted seer. Interesting.
enchanted crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking? What's this? Professor Fig!
Ooh.
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
What in Merlin's name? Godric's heart.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
Like a goblin. Wiki wiki.
Hello?
It can't be. Just a moment.
Someone.
Where are we here? Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank. Vault number 12, I presume. Precisely. The key?
Your wife's portkey.
Oh, yes, of course. This way, then. Stay close. After you. Keep your hands inside the cart if you don't wish to lose them.
How many vaults are there in Gringotts?
Hundreds. In fact, you'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts?
They are most uncommon. Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service.
You'll want to take a breath. A what? That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure.
Experienced the thief's downfall before, have you?
Heard of it?
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in. We've quite a distance to go.
That's pretty cool.
Vault number.
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
Professor, the armband that guard was wearing was glowing.
Like the glow you saw in the portkey container?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that? We were just wondering about that goblin back there. He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore. here we are. When was the last time this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12 until today. Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
They gonna lock us in, huh? Still candles lit. Lit upon entry.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait!
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps?
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Steady with your wand. Symbols, man. That's confusing. Press the corresponding input. Oh, I wasn't pushing anything to begin with. Silly me. Revelio. To reveal. It's Italian.
Revelio. There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
A door.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That
Ooh.
symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the port key
Hey,
container.
there's no chest out
If
there,
what you
was
can
there?
see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way.
Yes, sir.
Lumos! This is no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
Whatever shall we do?
Revelio.
Walk in circles, perhaps.
I see something up ahead.
What is it?
That glow again, but on the floor.
Lumos! What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue.
What statue?
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor. Revelio.
I presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
Oh, it's reversed, though.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait,
Oh.
when you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos.
Perhaps I shall. Hold.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection is turning towards me. It does follow the light.
Ooh. Well, that doesn't look good.
Look out!
Protego.
Protego.
Accio! Descendo! Levioso! Deposo! Exposo!
Protego.
Deposo! Levioso!
Yeah, I Protegoed that.
Levioso!
Come on, Protegos me again.
Exposo!
I gotta do 3 more.
Confringo! Protego! Descendo! Deposo! Levioso!
Ooh, just in time. What are we doing?
Stay close!
Close, Professor.
Professor!
I'm close.
Professor Fig.
Too close.
Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Lumos. Where am I supposed to go? What's happening? The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere.
We're another.
Ah, that's where they're leading me. Another gate. Lumos.
Oh, there's 2 statues. No, I gotta do this one
Revelio.
first.
I suppose I'm on my own this
There we
time.
go. Then this one. That one's active. That one's active. Nope, nope. Oh, there's another one. No, this way, this way, this way. Ah.
I seem to have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
Oh, they didn't
Lumos.
activate. Okay.
I need to align these statues with their reflections.
All the way. Gotta wait for them to finish. There we go. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. Drain, Protego. Stupefy. Hold. Oh, hold. Triangle. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, got him. Got him. Come on, give me another. Give me another. Yeah. That's a nice combo. Last one. Yes.
Lumos.
Lumos to the wisps. The wisps. Oh, now I can sprint. Okay. Ooh. Is it a chest? It is a chest. Should always switch the chests. Is there another one? Yes. Is that really what I was seeing when I was doing that? Let's see.
Revelio.
Probably too late. Okay.
There you are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories.
I love memories.
I wonder...
If you don't mind, since I can't see anything else, let me share with you. Dive
Follow
on
my
in.
lead.
Who's that guy? Oh, there's another one.
All is in place.
Charles
The key is
Rock.
well hidden. Perhaps
Percival.
too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
We've done all that we can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
It's
I
ancient
see.
magic.
Magic.
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
I was right.
Ooh, it's Red Rock.
Ranrock.
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Ragon's Vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have
I have no patience for traitors. Now,
Who needs wands when you're a
where
goblin?
were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
Triangle. Didn't work.
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
Because he's got enchanted armor.
It can't be.
Good, Hogwarts.
It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both wanted someone with your ability to end up here. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
The Forbidden Woods. That's why you're not allowed in the Forbidden Woods. You may find magical secrets. Alright, let's see what the sorting hat says. Wow. It's a good intro. Sets the tone a little bit.
Oh, good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
Who's the professor?
Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
a bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
Well, that's interesting. Huh. Let's explore.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. I wonder. I detect something in you. A certain sense of...
curiosity.
What is it?
Oh, hey, it's an option. Oh, that's a tough one. What do I want to go with? Daring, curiosity, loyalty, ambition. Stay with
desire to
curiosity.
learn? I do enjoy a good puzzle, and I believe I have a ready mind.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
You're clever indeed. You have the ability to reflect clearly on that which puzzles others. And you've a ready mind, quick to learn.
Isn't that what I just said?
Perhaps you belong in Ravenclaw.
Let's do it. Ravenclaw it is. Bring it, Ravens.
You belong in Ravenclaw!
Yay! I don't know what that means.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
What? No Quidditch? I'm gonna turn this game
Enough.
back.
It's not as though I've
game.
banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said,
Like what?
I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
Such formalities.
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I am, Professor.
This is the entrance to the Ravenclaw common room. You must solve a riddle to enter. I won't be of much help, I'm afraid. This sort of thing has always confounded me.
Who lived longer? The ghost or the poltergeist?
The heck kind of
Ghost or
question
poltergeist?
is that?
A non-being can never have been.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone.
Oh, I was gonna
Let's
say,
head to the common room.
get my own room, huh? Dang. I think they interact. Oh, I just broke somebody's dishes. Can I see myself in the mirror? Only, isn't that the door?
Just have to wait for the right moment.
Must be different. Starting Hogwarts.
That's just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant. You'd think you could... Ah! That is not... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
Yes. Show me the stars.
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit.
Wait,
I
how does
take
he
it you
know I
like
was
astronomy?
close to a dragon?
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
I've never been one.
I hope astronomy's on my schedule. Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all fifth years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
Alright, I gotta see if I can change my speech. It's horrible. Get his pitch back to the normal. Okay.
I'm not sure this is the right spot.
Right in the center.
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about, different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Ooh. Fancy joke.
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages
Garlic.
it.
Professor
And I don't
Garlic.
think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients, as long as your
That's
brews
funny.
are all perfect.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
See you around. I want to have an apple. Look at them trophies. Spin the globe. Spin that wheel. Remember that from long time ago. Bam! Spin that wheel.
This should be interesting.
Are you gonna set the clock back?
One moment. Watch this.
Ugh! What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
How does everybody know about this trip?
I'm glad to be here.
Thought it was a
Ready
secret.
for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside. You had best not keep her waiting.
Oh, I will. Because I got some exploring to do. Spin that globe. Is that astronomy globe? Looks like an astronomy globe. Since they're very focused on astronomical things, I take it. Can I go downstairs? Oh, I have to go downstairs. Let's look at this statue. Oh, nothing. What's that? What's that? Water? Nope. Can I go up more? That I can. Oh, look at that. Chudley cannons. There's a chest right here. Level 1 lock. Okay. Cannot do that yet. Can I play the piano? Oh, that's nice.
I once flew to Ipswich and back. Yes, I did. Don't look at the most I've ever been able to conjure was a single
Level 1 lock. Okay, so upstairs on the 3rd floor. Make note. Gotta come back.
Sometimes I wish someone would transfigure me.
And let's go back downstairs. Can I go through here, actually? These all other dorms? Oh, I can. I can jack other people's stuff. That's famous. Famous Amos. Okay. So let's go down. Oh, there she is.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Just me, huh?
Here you are.
A catch-up book.
What is it?
Dear
It is a
Diary.
wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor. but
Thank you,
What do you mean it
Professor.
will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Yes, Professor.
This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about
Don't look at
wizarding
me like
lore.
that. Like
I
Luminos.
certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
Protego! Revelio.
Why don't you
Ooh.
cast Revelio on this bust and see what details the field guide can provide?
Beat you to it. You've unlocked Field Guide Challenge. Your progress towards completing challenge. Experience points. The only way to expire. Okay. %. Getting there. Alright.
Clever, isn't it?
Yes.
Keep your eyes open for more opportunities
It's
like
very clever.
that, inside and outside of the castle.
Wait, what's that?
No time to...
Oh, my spell book. Okay. That's cool.
Classes to attend.
Let's go. Let's go to some classes. There's something right here, though. I see it.
Revelio.
What am I supposed to do? Punch something?
Revelio.
One spider. Hey, whatever. I'll come back to it later. Oh, she's got a book too. Oh, there's something.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker.
Flue flames.
Your field guide
Oh, that's what
contains
was
a
in
map of the castle. Open it
the
up
room.
and find Central Hall.
Open map. Central Hall. Hogwarts is divided into two main areas. Left side of the map is where students and professors live. There's common rooms and Great Hall. Select the Grand Staircase region. Flag to continue. Okay. In this view, you can see flues that are gray flues. Okay, return to map. Right side of the map is where you find academic points of interest, including surrounding tower, library, and greenhouses. Select the annex region. She's unlocked the first flue. Rotate the map. Okay. Fast travel with square. You said Diagon Alley, right? Not really.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Central Hall.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
That's a flu. That guy's playing the bard.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Hecat.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Butterbeer? What is butterbeer? I actually had some at the Hogwarts
A lot to absorb on your first day.
campus
and you
in
have
Universal
much to
Studios
learn.
Hollywood.
Happily, your professors
Frozen
have
one's
agreed
pretty
to
good.
create additional
I would recommend that
assignments
if
for
you
outside
get a
of
chance to
class.
go.
You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Should I lead her on or lead her away? Why not?
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins, and I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details
went the other
to
route.
himself for now.
Oh, there he
Speak
is.
of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Oh no.
Well, I'm just glad you both
Can't hear
arrived in
nothing.
one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it seemed that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
Invaluable.
And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
What assignments? Did I miss something?
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Oops. It slipped up.
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Mischief managed. Open map. The blank represents main quest. Blah 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 blah. Okay, some quests are locked by spell and or level requirements. They show a lock on there. Okay, in case you need to level up. Blah blah blah. New spells can be earned by completing professor assignments. Which are what? Notes. Quest rewards. Track A quest. Defense dense daggers, charms. Ooh, which one should I go to first? Levioso or Accio? Ooh, let's do Accio. Okay.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Yes, it
now,
will.
Sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own one.
Ooh.
You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Will do, Professor. Thank you. Cast Charms Compass will lead you to anything. Oh, okay. I love that in games. So helpful.
Revelio.
Am I Revelioing something? Oh, here's something. What the heck is that? A toad? Ooh. So a goat? Is that a goat? There's a chest back there.
Revelio.
Gregory the Smarmy. What? Ingratiating grin depicts the medieval wizard Gregory the Smarmy. The wizard famous for inventing Gregory's unctuous unction, a potion that makes the drinker believe whoever gave them the potion is their best friend. Oh, what a sneaky guy.
Revelio.
You want to be my best friend?
There was something else too. A dash of powdered bat spleen, I think.
What? Are you talking to me?
I think there were doxy eggs as well. But surely those would count.
Transfiguration Courtyard. Ooh, somebody to talk to.
In there, I just know it.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
What have you tried?
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
Revelio.
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind, but I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Then let's look.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Me too. Alright, what do we got?
Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
What is that? A phoenix? There's stairs in the corner. It's looking at that. Oh, there's a question mark over there.
I never know what to say when I write.
Oh, here's a question. Wait, did that say 22? What is this? Question. So questions. Oh.
Protego!
Oh. Sorry, bro. Didn't mean to scare you. Question. $17. 11. 21 goes there. Yeah, I'll come back at these later.
I don't think a single student.
Yeah, this is the area that.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
Oh, that
Let's
bug?
get you back to your frame, little moth.
Oh, I see.
Professor Weasley.
Get in there, bro.
Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
You bet I did. Alright. Let's go to class. The Owlery. Who's this?
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I followed the clues,
I
dummy.
found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Relationship quests. Ooh, what's this?
Revelio.
Oh, I heard something. Intricately carved statues of denizens of the magical world. A set of soul sirens circling the fountain space. Stone sirens.
Revelio.
Oh, there's something down there. I see it. Can I go in there? Oh. Might I suggest a ban on magic and life? Someone's been sneaking into the restriction area. Crescent of blow. Blow? Blur. Bloove. Seems to think of the libraries from a person.
Revelio.
Ooh, there's chest back there. It's locked. Play that flute, bro.
Revelio.
I bet that opens up too. Library. Ooh, there's something up there. Let's go up there. Let's get up there. Get up there. Run, boy, run. Is it Professor Dumbledore?
Revelio.
There's a chest. Found one. And a mirror.
Lumos.
Hey, that guy's saying hush hush, bro. Don't say nothing. Oh, he's right there. I see it. Get back to your picture.
Protego.
Yeah, play them drums.
Revelio.
Your library. Okay, how did I enter this place? From here? It's just on the back.
Revelio.
What if those do something later?
Well, I for one am relieved Quidditch is cancelled.
You're only saying that because you're not very good at it.
Wow, that's kind of cool. Okay, where's my book? Let's go back to, what did I say? Chimes. See what class is like. Up, up, and around. Around. Is it through here?
Revelio.
hear it. Where is it? Must be above. Alright. Defense against the Dark Arts Tower.
Revelio.
I promise! It was an accident! If I could undo all that happened that day, I would!
What'd you do?
I hear Upper Hogsfield is lovely. Is it lovely? Well, both
Some of us
Hogsfield.
don't necessarily want him to get back to the
Alright,
lesson.
let's try this out here. Charms.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right? Now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. Hmm.
Oops.
My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Wow, that's pretty bad. 5th years.
Well, it seems that we're in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
She doesn't have a partner though. Okay, study one with L, guide along the symbols along the path. Press the corresponding blah blah blahs. And we're off.
Accio.
That's right, take that.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree, So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Summon.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
What? What is this game?
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. Akio, the trick is to pull the sphere. Very good. Happens to the best of us.
Well, that's not at the last minute. Get out of here.
That's it.
Get out of here.
Excellent control there.
Stay. I'll take 50 points.
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge?
Ooh.
Come on up.
What house is she?
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Bisha. Phew.
Akio.
Too much. Oh, perfect.
Very good.
Watch this.
You can knock it off, huh? Oh.
Yes.
You fancy girl, you fancy. I know the sweet spot though.
Well done. Here we go.
Oh, you trying to block my ball, huh?
There we go.
Get out of here. Oh. Okay.
Akio.
Oh.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
That's right. Take that.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
A hill? Oh.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it.
Just walk right through me
This
now.
round settles it all.
Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Is it how it's done? That is how it's done.
That's it.
Watch this.
Why are you blocking my balls, girl?
Yes.
Oh, too much. Ah!
Stay focused.
I lost.
Here we go.
That means I need to knock her balls off. Let's see if I can knock both those balls off. Let's try it. Ready?
Akio.
Quite impressive.
That gave her points? Get out of here. Those are heavy balls. They didn't want to move.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
She's what, Gryffindor?
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on me. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
And that's
To
usually
put
how it
it
works when you're learning
lightly.
stuff.
I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Whip and
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can
Revelio.
humans, if you're so inclined.
After my brother learned.
Well, you'd be using it
Hey,
from clothing
finish that
to be
sentence.
precise, Bastian. You know it
Come
won't work on
on.
humans.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Really?
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Fantastic.
Revelio.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
There are a few
Revelio.
And then the werewolf joined the goblins. Werewolf? Where were you? In the goblin rebellion.
Another cat. Why is somebody floating?
It was
Revelio.
It wasn't boots and it wasn't black.
Is that the Mad Hatter?
Trouble with Professor Black.
Ooh.
I'm not entirely in agreement with what you're saying, but I do see.
Oh, there it is. Unicorn. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 and 12. Is that looks like that country singer. Unicorn.
Revelio.
I thought it would be hard adjusting to sharing food.
Wait, where am I going? I don't know.
Revelio.
Train the trolls for the ballet. They ain't having it, huh?
Revelio.
Is this the observatory? Yeah. Excuse me now. Meow. Excuse me, meow. Available side quests can be found inside the region of Hogwarts marked as flags. Okay. Is that a side quest? The Library Annex. Fast travel. Because it's amazing. To this class. His eyeball staring at me.
Stupefy!
Is that all you've got? Bombard!
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now,
no, I
you
haven't.
may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
A feather. So you want... Alright, we're gonna go right up, left, Leviosa.
Levioso.
What is a feather? It's always a feather.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Why is it always me, huh?
Let
Why
us
can't it be
begin
anybody
with
else?
a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time,
Yes.
cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a real... So, now, well done.
Falls flat on his face. Flat
Very
on his
good.
face.
But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Protego.
You're good.
Levioso. Thank you. Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Protego. Levioso. Things. Good form.
I know.
30 points.
This can't be your first duel.
Protego. Let's just say I'm a quick learner. Stupid one.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Levioso.
Don't always do this with us again.
Oh,
Try
he's...
to anticipate your opponent's next move.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I didn't get much.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Yay.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it.
Oh.
A classroom duel is one
Must
thing, but
achieve
battling
it.
dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Ooh.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing
How'd
whenever
you hear
can.
about that?
Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's That's enough spectacle for one day.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Revelio.
It's locked.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Well, thanks.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian
It's 'cause I am
Sallow,
an
by the way.
expert. 5
Didn't
years,
expect
yo.
a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've had my share of one comeback. It was. Should I lie to this guy? Just tell him I've had a rough
I've
past.
dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Revelio.
Alright, what's next? Hogmeads. How do I go to Hogmeads? Map? Hogmeads map. Change map. Hey, it's got fireworks. Zonkos. Spintwitch's sporting needs. Tomes. I would assume it has a wand. Like, nope. Stevie, Hogney Square, Honey Dukes, 3 broomsticks. Oh, it's right there. Ollivanders. Jeez, so dumb. How do I get a broom? Can I get there quicker? By flying? Dogweed and Deathcap Plant Shop. The old fool. What's the old fool say? Quests. Still got quests. Okay. I've got question mark quests and question mark quests. And I think this is a good stopping point for today. Ooh, what's this? Can I level up? Gear. Handwear. Fancy gloves. Now nobody can see my fingers. Facewear. Harry Potter glasses. Headwear. A flat cap. Broom. Progress to the main story to unlock. Okay. Revelio pages. Okay. Four main story quests.
I've no doubt that Black will be the worst no ability to have whatsoever.
Having some tea, are we?
Wish I brought that out.
Revelio.
Irish phoenix or augury. Shy bird who can forecast the coming of rain. Ooh.
Revelio.
Somebody let me copy their potions homework.
Nope.
Revelio.
Okay, there's a lock there. There's one of those things there.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sam.
Wyvern fountain.
I'd like to shop in the hamlet. I'm too afraid to venture out alone.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are.
Yes, here I am.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, how do I get
We've
there?
arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings.
Who's it gonna
Perhaps
be?
Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Ooh, butterbeer. Why, thank
Revelio.
you. You got any hidden secrets in your classroom? As a rat-tailed cup. Wonder if you have to pet all the kitties around the. No.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Revelio.
How do I get it? I gotta knock it down.
Accio. Lumos. Accio.
Oh.
Got it.
So dumb. Accio, bro. Accio. Click the flying page. Okay. Ooh, statue.
Revelio. Lumos. Protego. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Accio. Brilliant.
Gotcha, bro.
I trust the preliminary task.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
That's enough figure for you. Ooh, fancy.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a guilty lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Revelio. Reparo. Accio. Revelio. Levioso.
Aha. Genius.
Revelio. Revelio.
Hello, looking for me?
Yes.
Natty, I hope I haven't kept you waiting long.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade. You must be eager to have your own things again. And to see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
Good. Shall we set off? I intend to give you a first-rate Hogsmeade experience. I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
It was actually me.
Yes.
Revelio.
I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself. I thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect. I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up in ancient rooms. Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one
Revelio.
who elected that you take it. Hogsmeade is beautiful this time of year. Everyone will tell you to visit at Christmas. But that's one of the few times of year I would rather be indoors.
Not much for the cold, are you?
Oh, I do not mind the cold so much, but it has taken some getting used to. I did not grow up around snow.
Makes sense.
Oh, wait, over here. I often spot lacewing flies in this area.
Oh? What's so special about them?
They are interesting to look at, but if you stew them, you can also use them in potion making.
But those are the horned tulips from what is that called? Oh my gosh, what is it called? Why am I going brain dead?
Look, from the Forbidden Forest. Hippogriffs. I wonder if something startled them. I heard rumors that hippogriffs had been spotted nearby.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named.
That's the
Wonderland?
Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students.
Oh.
As the name implies.
I've been
Why is
there.
it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring. Ah, there's
True.
Hogsmeade over the crest. Past that ruin.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
I would spend all of
Let's
my
look at
time
it.
exploring if I could.
I confess I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that? She knows more about me than I had thought.
That means
I
you've been
will say,
sneaking
while I
around.
certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls.
Get these jumping mushroom caps.
I wonder if if it's even quieter in the restricted section of the library. What would happen if you made a noise?
I still can't believe that girl wrote her essay on shrinking solutions and thought it would be clever to shrink it before handing it in.
I wouldn't say Professor Howland has a particular affinity for these, but she's certainly knows.
That's funny.
How are you settling in? I remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so new and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things.
What's that?
What about you? Finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland.
Accio!
It is beautiful here too. And getting out of the castle and exploring helped me to adjust quite a bit.
Down.
Hogwarts has become something of a home now, I would say. Hopefully it will for you too.
Oh yes. Another cat. Let's pet it. Add it to the petted cats so far. Meow wow.
If I'm honest, I wish I had something.
Mr. Moon! He is the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Miss Onai. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, it looked right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did Mr. Moon?
Jemmy, guys. Ugly and airy and...
Revelio.
I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
Accio.
Poor Mr. Moon. A demiguise. I think he had too much fun in the village. I will say that I have never seen him in such a state. Nearly there. There is much to see outside of the castle walls, not just Hogsmeade. I am happy to explore whenever you'd like. Rumors being what they are about goblins and such, it might be nice to have a friend with you.
I'll keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you.
And here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Brooms is the place for butterbeer. And you can get any sweet you can imagine at Honeydukes. I could not choose a favorite shop here. It changes with every visit. I can tell you to find everything you need in Hogsmeade.
Well, I for one.
Professor Weasley said that you need to get potion recipes, spellcrafts, some seeds, and...
A new wand.
Of course! You will enjoy Mr. Ollivander, and I am keen to see what you will do with a wand of your own. You should be able to collect everything you need and still have time to explore a little as well.
Oh,
Experience Hogsmeade at your own pace. We can meet up in the town circle when you are finished. Enjoy yourself. I will see you soon.
Okay, thanks. Tomes and scrolls. Well, let's get Ollivanders out of the way.
Revelio.
Ding ding.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Hello, sir. I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, about time?
Well, you're our new 5th-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it. Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you.
They did a good job with the experience at Universal with this.
A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try. Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
Oh, I get to customize it, huh? Elder, quite bendy, 14 inches. Why does it keep getting bigger?
How intriguing.
Honey brown.
Curious indeed. How intriguing. Curious indeed.
You. Acacia, apple, ash, aspen, beech, blackthorn, cherry. Let's go cherry tree.
How intriguing.
Maybe it'll smell good. Let's go 12 3/4.
Curious indeed.
Reasonably
How
supple.
intriguing.
Whatever that means. Don't want dragon.
A unicorn hair wand is most reliable and faithful to its owner. Phoenix feather. Exceptionally rare, and a core with a strong sense of initiative. Curious indeed.
Go on powerful magic or consistent magic.
A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful and learns quickly.
Natural Cray. Yeah, let's stick with that.
What do you think?
It's my light shining in my face.
Extraordinary.
That works.
Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio.
Wait, is that page actually? No, it's outside or something.
Revelio.
Zonkos.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Reparo. Levioso. Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
Yeah, drink some Some ale, bro.
Certainly never revealed the charm of my potions, Professor, back when I was at school. Levioso and Stupefy combined should put anything to ease. Only a hairy-hearted sod would cast Flipendo on a cow.
Flipendo?
Revelio.
Community garden. A garden for magical plants.
Revelio.
I think I need to go in here, huh?
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. When I heard the bell, I thought you were Miss Lawang. Not that she deigns to come here. Though, I don't believe I've seen your face here before, either.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your service. And this is J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailments. You'll have read it on the sign, of course, but Grandfather always made me say it in full. How may I help you today?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect some recipes. I'm new at Hogwarts.
You're the student she sent the owl about. I set your things aside immediately. I suspected if you're anything like I was at your age, you'd want your potion supplies.
Yes.
Is it not the most fascinating art, potion making? Rivals anything you can do with a wand, I've always said.
Are potions really that versatile?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as powerful. They can heal, destroy, protect. You'll discover all of this soon enough. As it's your first time in, I should mention that it's not just potion recipes I sell. I also offer ready-made drafts for all manner of uses, and I unveil new ones from time to time. Pop in when you can so you don't miss out on anything. But for now, let's get you those recipes, shall we?
Yes, please.
What can I do for you today?
You found the vault and helping to protect them from harm.
Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
How much money do I have? 344?
What can I do for you today?
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Revelio.
I get to talk to you? No. Hello? Nope, okay.
Revelio.
Find myself scurrying
Give me that page book. Ooh, what's that? The chicken? The dodo bird? Oh.
I told you not to go down that path.
Revelio. Miss Peck from Rude and Peck said a customer lost a deericle around here. I know we're not supposed to go down there. I just thought...
You could have got us in a lot of trouble.
I'm very sorry, Father. Only she said I might earn a reward. Instead, I just wasted our time. There you are! Ha! Finally! I'll have enough for that wind wisp. Ah, well, not meant to be. Also, I may have knocked over a dustbin back there.
Never mind, I'll fix it, as always.
Accio. Revelio.
Oh, look at all those skips. That's handy.
Revelio.
Ooh, they'll make you float, huh? Nice.
Revelio.
Don't mind me, I'm just eating all of your goodies. And burning your store down.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio.
Ooh, missed it.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Tea shop. Mrs. Steepley's Cherry Tinkle Bell Chimes.
Revelio.
Hengist of Woodcroft, the statue of Hufflepuff.
Not saying I don't cast the odd cleaning spell when no one's looking.
Revelio.
Don't mind me, I'm just search the mailbags. $200. Ooh.
Dear, not sure what kind of look you call that.
Revelio. Accio.
Got it.
Revelio. Revelio.
I don't want to go here yet. Tombs and Scrolls and the Magic Neep.
Revelio. Lumos.
Laughing bunnies. What am I missing here? Big tree. And a gate with 2 lamps. Ah, that did not look like where it was at. But I'll take it.
Revelio. Revelio.
Because you know Lumos doesn't mean you can't get lost.
Orange Eye of the Newt goggles, huh? Do they allow me to see anything? Wow. Let's do it.
Point of toiling.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented Blue Pack.
Is that a broom?
The tales of Beetle the Bard.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
An inquiring mind.
Interesting. Conjuration, huh?
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda, student. I thought I might be seeing you soon. I am the proprietor here, Thomas Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course, and you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, seeing it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching. For now, let's get the spellcrafts you need. A potting table and a potion station, yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want when you want. Let's have a look. Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Okay.
If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
Huh?
Revelio.
Oh, the magic neep, huh? Where's the magic neep? Right there. I didn't get that one.
Historically speaking, there's never been a...
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Hello.
Oh, hello. Whew. Sorry I'm in a bit of a tizzy. I was just scolding some of the plants for spitting and nipping. I suppose it's my own fault for putting more than 4 to a tray. By the way, Beatrice Green is the name, but you may address me as Madam Green. Welcome to Dogweed and Deathcap. Oh, mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there wasn't the constant demand for antidotes, I wouldn't need to stock so many of the little dears. Except, of course, for curses. And, well, if you've been petrified, then obviously you've come to the right place. Mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there's an uprooting, you'll be the next one to drop dead, and I'm in no mood for a clear-up.
Okay.
Someone died here?
Aye. Fortunate, really, that it was just the one. Now then, how may I help you today?
I think I'll just have a look around for now.
Very well. Let me know if you see anything you like.
What do you have for sale?
Well, what say we show you some of what's available?
Revelio. Lumos.
A fire chimney outside, huh?
Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio.
Abandoned shop. There's one in here too, huh?
Lumos.
Trees and wall.
Accio.
There he is.
Lumos.
Come on, buddy. Let's get you back into this Penton. Penton.
Revelio.
Oh, whoa, that's a cliff.
Revelio.
Is this one of those googly-eyed chests? Yep. Googly eyes. Was that a page in the air or was that a bird?
Accio.
Well, hello there.
Revelio.
Hello there.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Oh, the dittany for the new 5th year. I take it that's you then. Merlin's beard. Starting Hogwarts as a 5th year. You must be positively reeling from it all.
Not at all. I'm choosing to see it all as one big adventure.
Well, bravo. Not everyone has the temperament to take things as they come. Name's Timothy Teasdale, by the way.
Yeah, that's
and this is my shop, the Magic Neep. I keep the cart out here because I like a good chat. Can't very well be in the thick of things if I'm hidden away inside now, can I?
I suppose not.
In addition to seeds, I have plenty of plants. Grow everything myself. My speciality is potion ingredients. Even Pippin purchases from me. But what say we get you a packet of Dittany seeds?
That would be fantastic.
Let me guess.
Thank you.
You're after something fresh.
Yes, Dittany seeds.
Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Fertilizer.
Well, that's everything. Better go and find Natty.
Focus potion. Visibility potion. That's probably what you need for those chests. Magical leaves used to open Merlin trials. Malisweet seeds can be purchased from the Magic Neep. Okay. Thunder Brew. Alright. Shall I meet her at the town square? And then I will end this play for a while. Wait, I didn't really go on a 3 broomsticks today. Nah, that's fine. I can always come back. Gotta pet the cat. Gotta pet the cat before we go. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ah, I have everything.
Look at that lizard
I see what
eyeball.
you meant about not being able to pick a favorite shop.
We should walk around a bit more. Perhaps today is the day I finally pick one.
The heck is that? An ogre? Troll? Got the same armor as that,
What fire? Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
I dodged it. Oh, I'm supposed to dodge those. Okay.
Are we weakening him at all?
Keep at it! We have to wear him down! What was that?
I was trying to beat him at his own game.
I like it. Do more of it. Arresto momento. Look, he's bunkering.
Took him long enough.
We need to make sure he stays that way.
Goodness! A second troll. Did you two take on a fully grown troll by yourselves?
I suppose so. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Merlin's beard. Are you all right?
We are, and we were glad to help.
I'd say help is a bit of an understatement. Nerve like that. The makings of an aura, if you ask me. If you are unharmed, perhaps the two of you wouldn't mind helping me put a few things back to where they were.
Of course, officer.
Singer. Officer Singer. And thank you, again.
I'm not gonna ask,
Reparo.
How are you obliterated?
I will see what he wants.
Revelio.
It's a little delayed there.
Reparo. One less thing for Officer Singer to worry about.
Any more damage?
There. Good as new.
Hold on, kitty cat. Now I pet you. While it repairs in the background. Meow, meow.
Reparo.
We were just talking about you.
Oh, thanks.
Hello, sir. I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to introduce myself, Augustus Hill, clothier extraordinaire. I should like to thank you for your remarkable bravery in fighting those trolls, and not to mention your help restoring Hogsmeade to its rightful state.
I was happy to help.
Frankly, you deserve an Order of Merlin. But I can offer you something much more useful. I own Gladrag's wizardware, and among my inventory are some unique items that afford certain protections, as it were. Life-saving protections. And as I suspect this won't be your last dangerous encounter, I'd like to give you one such set of robes, in thanks for what you did today.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. That's very generous of you.
It's the least I can do.
That's right.
Now, let's try this on for size, shall we? Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
Man, I should just sell it. Gear screen. Fur coat. Thank you, my good chap.
What an extraordinary introduction to Hogsmeade. I would say that we, and you in particular, have earned at least one butterbeer. Shall we head to the Three Broomsticks?
Sounds like a good idea.
Wonderful. Just down this way then.
I sell even more
Revelio.
worthy items, should you be inclined. To peruse my shop at your leisure.
Thanks.
Assuming it is not too busy, you might even meet Serona, the owner. She is a charming hostess and a powerful witch. Good one to know.
Is she? Can she get past my googly eyes?
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade.
that all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who's this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Did they
He was
see us?
watching. Yes.
I don't think so.
What was that goblin doing with Victor Rookwood?
Ranrock is working with Rookwood.
The goblin from the Daily Prophet. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Quickly, let's get inside the 3 broomsticks.
Oh, I missed a page.
It's a treat to see you, Lodgok. I shall let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you, Sirona.
You be well. Now, what can I... Oh, there's a face I haven't seen before.
It's my first time here.
Welcome. Butterbeer's on me. Heard about the attack. I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly. Glad to see you two escaped injury.
Thanks to this one, single-handedly took down a troll.
Is that right? Well done.
Thanks for this.
My pleasure. I will say, trolls in Hogsmeade. That's never happened before. Something's not right. The only brutes we usually have to deal with are... How timely.
Was that Lodgok I saw leaving just now? Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona.
Not to worry, Victor. Once the two of you leave, the caliber of my clientele will greatly improve. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Theophilus.
Come now. No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
My friend is enjoying a well-earned butterbeer.
Only want a quick word.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, my friend is busy.
One would think you all had enough bloodshed for one day. Come, Theophilus. The 3 broomsticks isn't what it used to be. Let's take our galleons elsewhere. Can't drink butterbeer forever.
Seems you've made an unfortunate enemy. Watch your back. Rookwood and Harlow are worse than any troll you might encounter.
Trolls, Ranrock, and Rookwood. What are you not telling me?
Nothing.
I promised to tell you everything, but it's perhaps best I do that later.
I think that now might be a good time to head.
Revelio.
Not yet, I gotta eat some muffins. Your gear slots are full. What does that mean?
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accios. Revelio.
Alright, where'd this girl go?
I'm certainly glad Sirona was there.
And that she isn't intimidated by thugs like Rookwood and Harlow.
I want to understand what's going on, and I hope you will tell me. But for the moment, we should return to the castle. Professor Weasley will certainly hear about the troll attack soon if she hasn't already. I don't want her to worry.
Select the Hogwarts map. That's going to be it for today. Thank you for joining me on this journey to playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'll see you in the next video where we pick up from here.